Second Empire furniture, I observe. Well, well, I dare say one gets used to it in time.
Some do, some don't.
Do all the rooms look like this?
How can they be? You get all sorts. Chinamen and Indians, for example. What good would they have a Second Empire chair?
And what use would I have for one? Do you know who I was? Well, it's of no great matter. I had a habit of living among furniture I didn't relish, and in false positions. A false position in a Louis Philippe dining room. Do you know the style? Well, it had its points, bogus and bogus, so to speak.
You'll find that living in a Second Empire dwelling room does have its points.
Yes, I dare say it will. Still, you know what they say down there
About what?
about this residence?
Surely, sir, how can you believe such cock and bull stories and told by people that's never been here?
Quite so, quite so. But still, where are the instruments of torture?
The what?
The racks, the red-hot pincers, the other paraphernalia.
You must have your joke, sir.
Oh no, I wasn't joking. Still, no mirrors I noticed. No windows either, that's to be expected. Nothing breakable. But damn it, man, they might have left me my toothbrush.
I see you haven't gone over what we call your human dignity.
I'll ask you to be more polite. I quite realize the position I'm in, and I won't tolerate.
Sorry, sir. But all our guests, they ask the same questions. Silly questions. Where's the torture chamber? That's the first thing they ask, all of them. They don't bother their heads about their bathroom requisites. Of course, once they get their nerve back, they start in about their toothbrush and whatnot. Good grief, Mr. Garcin, use your head. What good would it be to brush your teeth?
Quite so. And what use would one have for a looking glass? But that bronze contraption on the mantelpiece, that's a different story. I suppose I shall spend hours staring my eyes out at it. Staring my eyes out, you see what I mean? All right, let's lay all our cards on the table. I can assure you I'm quite conscious of the position I'm in. Shall I tell you what it feels like? A man drowning, sinking, choking, inch by inch until only his eyes are above the water. What does he see? A bronze atrocity by, what's the fellow's name? Barbadine. A collector's piece, as in a nightmare. That's the idea, isn't it? Well, I suppose you're under orders to not answer any questions, and I won't press. But see here, my man, I've got a good notion of what's coming to me, so don't go boasting that you've caught me off my guard. I'm facing the situation, facing it. So that's that. No toothbrush, no bed either. One doesn't sleep, I take it.
That's so.
Just as I expected. Why sleep? A sort of drowsiness that steals on you, tickles you behind the ears, and you feel your eyes closing. But why sleep? You sit in your chair, and in a flash, sleep flies away, miles and miles away. And you get up, rub your eyes, and it starts all over again.
Romantic. That's what you are.
I'll ask you to be more polite. I won't make a scene, and I shan't feel sorry for myself. I'm facing the situation just as I said before, facing it fairly and squarely. I won't have it sneaking up on me from behind without me having a chance to size it up. And if you call that being romantic, so be it. So that's that. One doesn't need rest. Why sleep if one isn't sleepy? It stands to reason, doesn't it? Yes, but there's a snag somewhere. Something disagreeable. What now is disagreeable? Yes. It's life without a break.
What do you mean by that?
What do I mean? Oh, that's what's so damn bad-mannered, bad-tempered about the way you stare at me. They're paralyzed.
What are you talking about?
Your eyelids. We move ours up and down. Blinking, it's called. It's like a tiny little shutter that clicks down and makes a break. Everything goes black. One's eyes are moistened. You can't imagine how restful it is. 4,000 little rests per hour. 4,000 little respites. Just think. So that's the idea. I'm to live without eyelids. Don't act a fool. You know what I mean. No eyelids, no sleep. It stands to reason, doesn't it? So how then will I endure my own company? You see, I'm fond of teasing myself, plaguing myself really, and I can't do that without a break. Down there, I had my nights. I slept. I had good nights by way of compensation, I suppose. And happy little dreams. There was this green field. I used to stroll in it. It was just an ordinary field. Is it daytime?
Can't you see? The lights are on.
Yes. Your daytime. But what about outside?
Outside,
Yes, beyond the wall.
there's a passage.
And at the end of the passage?
More passages, and stairs, and rooms.
Well, surely you must have a day off sometimes. Where do you go?
To my uncle's place. He's the head valet here. He's got a room up on the 3rd floor.
As I might have guessed. Where's the light switch?
There isn't any.
So one can't turn off the lights?
That's up.
So one has to live with one's eyes open all the time?
To live, did you say?
Don't let's quibble over words. You know what I mean. With one's eyes open always forever. Always broad daylight in my eyes and in my head. And I suppose if I took that bronze contraption and dropped it on the mantelpiece, wouldn't it go out?
Can't move it. It's too heavy.
Let's see. You're right. It is too heavy.
Oh, sir. I should be going now.
Wait. What's that? Is that a bell? And if I ring it, you're bound to come?
Yes, but I wouldn't count it. It's got faulty wiring.
Oh, I guess it is working.
Yeah, but like I said, I wouldn't count on it. It's a bit wacky. Well, sir, I should be going.
Wait, one more. What is this?
It's an ordinary paper knife.
Are there books here?
No.
Then what's the use of this? Very well, you can go. Hello? Is there anyone there? Hello?
You called, sir?
No.
This is your room, madame. If you have any questions, feel free to ask. If you have questions about the electric bell or your toothbrush, or that thing on the mantelpiece, that gentleman right there, you can ask anything you want to know. We've already had our talk, you and I.
Where's Florence? Didn't you hear me? I asked about Florence. Where is she?
I have no idea.
Ah, so that's what this is it? Torture by separation? Well, as far as I'm concerned, you won't get anywhere. Florence was a tiresome little fool, and I shan't miss her in the least.
I beg your pardon. Who do you suppose I am?
You? Why, the torturer, of course.
I, the torturer? You came in, had one look at me, and you thought I was one of the staff? It's that silly fellow's fault for not introducing us. The torturer, indeed. I am Joseph Garcin, journalist and man of letters by profession. And seeing as how we're both in the same boat, may I ask your name, Mrs.?
Not Mrs. I'm married.
All right. Well, we've broken the ice. Still, you say I look like the torturer. How does one recognize one when one sees one? Evidently, you've had some ideas on the subject.
They look frightened.
Frightened? But of whom would they be frightened? Of their victims?
Oh, laugh away, but I do know what I'm talking about. I've often watched my own face in the glass.
In the glass. How beastly of them. They've removed everything that resembles one. Still, I can assure you I'm not frightened. Not that I take my position lightly. I quite realize the gravity of it. And I'm not afraid.
Oh, well, that's your affair. And unless you be here all the time, or do you take a stroll outside now and then?
The door is locked.
Huh. Oh. Well, that's too bad.
I can quite understand how it bores you having me here, and I too, quite frankly, would rather be alone. I'd like to put my life in order, and one does that better by oneself. Still, I'm sure we'll get along somehow. I'm no talker. I don't move much. In fact, I'm a peaceful sort of fellow. But if I might make one suggestion, I think we should be extremely courteous to one another. That will ease the situation for both of us.
I'm not polite.
Yeah, then I will be polite for two.
Your mouth!
I beg your pardon?
Can't you keep your mouth still? You keep twisting it all about. It's grotesque.
I'm sorry, I wasn't aware of it.
Well, that's just what I reproach you with. There, you talk about politeness, yet you can't even control your face. Remember that you are not alone, and you've no right to inflict the sight of your fear onto me.
What about you? Aren't you afraid?
What would be the use? There was some point in it before, while one still had hope.
Yes, there is no more hope, but it's still before we haven't yet begun to suffer.
That's so. Well, what's going to happen?
I don't know. I'm waiting. torture, madam.
I never thought you were. I thought someone was trying to play a rather nasty trick on you. Is anyone else coming?
No, but Aunt, no one else is coming.
Oh, then we're to stay here by ourselves. This lady, this gentleman, and myself.
There's no reason for laughing.
It's this furniture. It's so hideous. And just look how it's been arranged. It reminds me of New Year's Day, when I used to go visit this boring old aunt of mine, Aunt Mary. Her house is full of horrors like that. I suppose each of us has a chair to himself. Is that one mine? Oh, no, you cannot expect me to sit on that. It'd be too awful for words. I am in pale blue, and that is vivid green.
Well, would you prefer mine?
That dusty rose-colored one, you mean? Well, thank you, but no, I don't think it'd be so much better. The only one that might do, in a pinch, is that gentleman's.
Did you hear, Mr. Garcin?
Oh, I beg your pardon. Please, madam.
Thanks. Well, I suppose since we're to be living together, we might as well introduce ourselves. The name's Rigaud. Estelle Rigaud. Oh,
And I'm Inez Serrano. Very pleased to meet you.
likewise, I'm sure. And you?
And Joseph Garcin.
Will you be needing me anymore?
No, you can go. I'll ring when I want you.
You're very pretty. I wish you would have had some flowers to welcome me with.
Flowers? Yes, I love flowers. Only, they'd fade so quickly here, wouldn't they? It's so stuffy. Oh well. The great thing is to remain as cheerful as possible, don't you agree? Of course, you too are
Yes. Last week. And what about you?
quite recently. In fact, the ceremony's not quite over. The wind's blowing my sister's veil all over the place. She's trying her best to cry. Come, dear, make another effort. That's better. 2 tears. 2 little tears are twinkling under that black veil. Ah, what a sight Olga looks this morning. She's holding my sister's arm, helping her along. She's not crying, but I don't blame her. Tears always do most up one's face. Olga was my bosom friend. You know.
Did you suffer much?
No, I was only half conscious, mostly.
Oh, what was it?
Pneumonia. The ceremony's over. They're leaving the gravesite. Goodbye. Goodbye. Quite a crowd they are.
You know, it's funny. They say fire and brimstone, red-hot pincers, coal, burning. They know nothing. It's funny. Hell is just other people.
Garcin, please.
Leave me! I can't, not with her watching.
And she won't watch much longer.
Estelle! Estelle, what are you doing? I'm already dead! Don't you understand that? You can't do it with knives, with guns, poison, nothing, because it has already been done. Don't you understand that? And we are going to be together forever and ever.
Forever. Oh my God. It's so funny. Forever.
Forever.
Have you got a glass? Any sort of glass.